What's up, guys? It's Mr. Janvet, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server, and we're gonna play some Uber. So let's get right on into it. I actually meant to upload yesterday, so I have the recording. It's actually rendered, but I was leaving and I didn't come back till about 3 in the morning. So I was like, by the time I put it out, it's Sunday. So it's like, I guess I could put 2 videos out. Why not, right? But I'll just use it for tomorrow. So let's break it down. Yveltal's core purpose is it's a Trick Room team. 4 potential Trick Room users and a Dracovish. So if Dracovish is present, we need something that can check it with Let Choice Band. This is actually not super difficult of a game in the sense that, well, it is, but it's not. Meaning Buzzwole with a bulk up can help me shut down the Dracovish, but it has a Kyogre and it's likely minimum speed. He's also quite Zekrom susceptible. Bolt Strike is something that he cannot guard well against. My Calyrex no longer needs its Choice Scarf. I'm going to take full advantage of that. As you will see, I do not have Le Sucker Punch, which is an issue, but if I play my Necrozma or my Buzzwole intelligently, I should survive. So it really is just a Dracovish. Everything else can be guarded against for the most part. And so what I'm going to do is aim to overwhelm. I'm going to remove one of his Trick Room users and his bulkiest mon in Porygon, which should be his best Bolt Strike switching. Phase 2 is going to involve setting up these bands. It should be able to set up on most things except the Kyogre and the Dracovish. So Porygon likely, so it's Hatterene. The removal of Hatterene, Focus Sash, The removal of Hatterene would be, plus I have Misty Explosion, Trick Room. I wonder if these run Shadow Ball. I don't know enough. I mean, you're definitely Sash. So what I'll do is Trick. If he does have something like that, I get the Sash. Yeah. Now he's Choice Scarfed and locked into Trick Room. So obviously here the Porygon is gonna rear its ugly head. I want that Eviolite, but I also like this young Sash. This young Sash is gonna play a good role. So we're looking at Trick Room into likely Dracovish. So what we're gonna do is position Eternate as well. Excelente. This is actually perfect because this allows for me to, well, what would be his initial switch on this? Kai? You can't go Hatterene. Because like right now, how do I want to go about this? He actually stayed in. Okay. Completely disagree with that for obvious reasons. Right, Teleport goes second. He should have hard switched. Okay, excellent. So that means he's committing to this, meaning he guarantees Trick Room next turn. He's unveiled Foul Play. So it's in my best interest to hammer away with the Dynamax cannons here. He teleported. Okay, so Ogre, only Choice Specs Ice Beam would be able to do any kind of damage to me. It is. So that's why I Toxic. Now, it's very probable that I'm seeing Dracovish here. The thing about it is I don't remember. Part of me wants to just Dynamax Cannon. I think I have to. Yeah, there we go. I knew he'd switch to Dracovish. It'd be way too big of an issue if he got the free switch there. Like if he got a free switch, I'm not certain if Zekrom can take a banded rain, but I mean, I guess I'm in Trick Room, so I mean, he has one turn of trick room left, so that's the thing. But at this point, he can no longer guard well against Yveltal. It's not like he could from the get-go. He can no longer guard against Calyrex at all. So what I'm going to end up doing is allowing him to take this with his Vicious Rend and win. I don't think he can stop this victory right now, especially because I have a Focus Sash. So, it's actually 11 something a.m. right now. The reason I'm telling you that is you're not taking this, bro, unless you're a Soul Vest. Yeah, this is over. That's what Calyrex does when you sack your Porygon. That's why I didn't expect him to play Porygon like that, especially because he's damn near 1600, which isn't super low in Ubers, right? 1600 I think is roughly 1700 equivalent for OU, or it might even be higher than that. Let me look at the ladder. But yeah, I noticed that my brain is probably, yeah, 1600 is damn near top 10. Well, if 1700 is top 10, and top 10 in OU is what, 2000? So yeah, 300 points of 1500 be, yeah, like it'd be like 1800. So, you know, for a player to, then again, you know, when I'm training guys that perceive 1800 and 1700 and even 19 2000 as these really ridiculous milestones, you know, one of the things I aim to get them to focus on is, you know, one step in front of the other. Because they're fantasizing, or not fantasizing in the right word, they are like, you know, when you're blowing something out of proportion. So they're fully capable of it, but because they perceive it as this unachievable sort of state, whenever they get close to it, they get anxious and inevitably tilt when they really could have achieved it, you know. I really enjoy Buzzwole here. The Yveltal and the Groudon could be a fire move, like a special fire move. But Buzzwole could do a lot of damage here. Calyrex is quite good. Rocks plus Calyrex. I think Eternatus is almost unkillable. Have fun, bro. Eternatus is almost unkillable. Yveltal is a motherfucker, and that's what I'm gonna unleash upon my opponent to get this game started. It's frustrating, but you might go Eternatus here. I do have aromatherapy, so I'm not, you know, losing my shit quite yet. Yeah, if he was Eternatus, I figured I was like, I'll take the. It's really not good. And the thing about it is that he's so Zekrom weak. So, like, I can destroy him with Zekrom had I toxic this Groudon. But, well, so he has Dragon Pulse, very interesting. Let me think. Yveltal coming in here on aromatherapy. Then I'd lose my, no, let's do it now. Because he won't believe that I have Trick. So I'll get him next time. Not that it even matters. Because my Eternatus is going to be the core thing shutting this down. So it does have foul play. I wonder if he has taunt. That would suck. If he has double toxic, that would also suck. But yeah. So he Dragon Pulsed last time. If he has toxic, this is where he uses it. I mean, I have a Spadef Necrozma anyway. So Meteor Beams. Interesting. The Magnezone does lock me in and destroy me. Surprised he Meteor Beamed. That means he's what is Cosmic Power. Okay then, since it's Cosmic Power, I'll shut him down this way. He can't knock me out. All he does, come on, man. That wasn't even a good play, but the crit. Like I knew I'd live even if he went for something like that. Now I'm almost can't win. Like that's super fucking whack, man. Jesus. Yeah, I might have just lost the game off that. Because if I went Calyrex there, regardless of what he did, I could, as long as I trick this is obsolete for the remainder of the game. It's not a roll. Yeah, I'll have to just go off luck. I won't toss the game or anything like that. And I knew this would happen, which is the frustrating part of all this. My Calyrex played covered for it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll just make do. Man, that's super frustrating. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Man, and if if I manage to take out his Eternatus, my Buzzwole straight up won. Like Buzzwole won by itself. Because the Eternatus is Deep Pulse, Meteor Beam. I bulk up enough with enough Beast Boost. Well, the defensive Beast Boost won't really matter. But since he's Foul Play, unless he has like Foul Play Oblivion Wing, you know, it was never going to be an issue. So, yeah. But what are you going to do, right? No point in bitching about it all game. But I mean, I can get him to choke since he sacked Magnezone, so he has the capacity for it. I just need to DD up my Zekrom. If I can crit here. He Jarring Pulses. Please fucking go through. Thank you. I don't know why he just went to Eternity. I don't. For the fortunate turns he had, I think my opponent could have handled this differently. Like he had the like now depending on what the Groudon has, because he's shown Toxic, right? He's shown Precipice Blades, so depending on, so obviously your Toxics, but I have enough to recover on. He might lose now, so I'm gonna exchange Toxics there. He actually goes Hard Bliss. Yeah, I think he had a pretty solid shot. So it's definitely, what's it called, Calyrex. Maybe Trick Room. Yeah, it shows defogged. 25%. Yeah, I'll go Eternatus. Even if he pivots on a U-turn to Calyrex or something like that, I'm still in the green. I'm still in the go. Foul Play, defog. This is the part where it's like, well, again, like, it just depends on what the Calyrex is. If it's Trick Room, I'm in an awkward spot. I know he probably has Sucker Punch Roost as his last moves. So oh, the Foul Play did a lot. I might actually die. So I want this Groudon gone. Precipice Blade. I'm actually super fast. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm like super fast. Yeah, Stone Edge. Okay, I don't mind that. I'm just thinking Calyrex. Okay, so again, I'm assuming it's Sucker Punch Foul Play. He probably doesn't want my Zekrom in. I'll go Hard Buzz. Take that bit of Helmet Chip. This gives me the free bulk up. Yeah. Which puts me at +2 versus Calyrex. But now the drain punches are just doing far too much. So even if USD, yeah, Glacial Lance isn't doing any kind of damage. So this is the outcome I want. I actually did not think I'd even have a chance in this game. I think my opponent allowed me back in. He could have closed me out. Never sack zone there. Then give up with Eternatus after the fact. GG. Which is crazy to think Glacial Lance is actually... I don't think even that crit Glacial Lance would kill a Buzzwole. But yeah, I think he could have finished me after the Eternatus. The risking Eternatus was unnecessary considering he didn't need... Well, I mean, I guess if you think I'm Earthquake... So let's say I was Earthquake and I had like, you know, Iron Head Earthquake or something, then that makes sense. So I won't say that. So I'm playing... The reason I said that was because if I do Thunder Wave or anything like that, but then again, I don't know how common Thunder Wave is, so maybe it's more reasonable for him to assume that I have Earthquake than Thunder Wave. So there is that. So Yveltal needs to be kept at the utmost. For the Calyrex, for his own Yveltal, I mean, it's just knockoff is just mad annoying. So that's really everything, but more importantly, those two. Especially if I can manage to toxic his Yveltal. Also, what I can do is trick early on his Yveltal, which would, in conjunction with Stealth Rock, would mean Calyrex gets a KO every time it comes in. So that's also an option. What's Eternatus' core purpose? Guards well against Yveltal. Helps check his own depending on what we're doing. Necrozma is for 100% Xerneas, like, and rocks. How would I get up rocks? I get up rocks versus the Xerneas, depending on what it does. Buzzwole is almost trash here, but it's helpful for Zekrom, so we're gonna keep it there because Zekrom is a bitch. My Zekrom upon Dragon Dancing could sweep, but it's not gonna be easy. I'm actually tempted to keep my Calyrex's Scarf, but at best I'm speed tying with his own, and I'm never getting past his Yveltal. So that's where my hesitation is coming from. No ground type, so you'd assume. So let's say Necrozma starts. Yeah. So the only matchup that I wouldn't have liked, well, Zekrom, you know, I can go hard. Buzzwole, if he has Volt Switch, then that would be a problem. But the only matchup that I wouldn't have liked would have been Xerneas. So I was like, okay, if he leads Xerneas, then I position Necrozma and get up Stealth Rocks so we can start this Calyrex shenanigans right away. Because I know he's going to Moonblast right away. He has to. Can't Geomancy with a full health Necrozma. So, I was going to go hard Rex here, but that's actually not even wise. The Thunder Wave... The only reason I'm even contemplating it is for the... I mean, what else am I going to do with this Necrozma? Right? I know he's going to Rocks, so, you know, what am I going to do? So I said Buzzwole doesn't like stuff like Rocks being up with a Zekrom around, especially if it's Life Orb. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, I might want to keep Calyrex's Scarf. But I think I get punished more heavily from Rocks than he. Oh, might not be true. That might not be true. Curious as to what the moveset on this is. I'm gonna Buzzwole as a mid ground. Yveltal, no. I definitely don't want my leftovers gone if he has knockoff. Yeah. Don't want that. It's probably seen Eternatus or Necrozma coming out. He's probably Meteor Beam, which you wouldn't want to go for. He doesn't 2-hit KO me. I don't think I have a lot of Spadef. I probably 2-hit KO him. If I don't see an item, why would it not be Meteor Beam? Eternatus going away. pays a lot of way for whom. Because the alternative is to go hard Necrozma here, invite back his. So he is faster than me, but I might KO him in one go. Yeah, it's very close. Part of me wants to recover because I know he'll switch. I mean, I know he'll recover if he has it. But what I'll do is I'll end up doing this. I've shown Thunder Wave, so I'm gonna pivot back to my Eternatus on his Zekrom. Could be Haban, but I doubt it. Right, excellent. I mean, I don't doubt that it's Haban. Well, it's leftovers, clearly. Could be Haban, but I doubt it after I've seen it. So if he makes a decision to, I mean, he's never going for the Psychic move here. The Calyrex isn't Sash. My Eternatus is a big enough issue to where I was like, I'm struggling with this bad boy. If I go hard at Veltal and he does not trick, it puts him in a very awkward spot. Unless he specs. If he specs, then man, what's the thing that, like, my Eternatus is good. It's damn good. I have to go with Veltal, unfortunately. He might trick. Aromatherapies. Okay, I'm really glad that I went for that then. I'm really glad that I went for this play. Especially because he might still have trick. He might be a set like mine, but he gets punished heavily by the positioning of my Veltal. Especially because his, yeah, excellent. 54%. Is he fizzed up? 54%. I did nothing. I mean, I get the item, the whatever, but it's embarrassingly low. Now I wish I had foul play, but knock is good. 54%. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't kill, but yeah, why not try, right? The Zekrom is lefties. And might be able to 2-hit kill my Buzzwole from the range it's at. I don't think he wants Morning Sun Stealth Rock. What would be his other? I can pivot to Buzzwole here as a mid ground. So he has Swords Dance. Oh, so this was Swords Dance. Well, that's not good. It's probably Swords Dance, Mono Sunsteel Strike or something like that. Okay, I'm not thrilled, but no, Morning Sun first. Yeah, yeah, this really fucked me up. It's the one time where if I don't have foul play Veltal and it's punishing me heavily. I don't regret having Toxic, and the game is far from over. I can probably destroy him with just these three if I play correctly. This just might cost me a little more bread than I'd like. So the Zekrom switch was pretty telegraphed, but as I said, you might have to end up giving up Buzzwole. Let me think. Bold Strike and just Ice Punch hard. Bold Strike, because we want to get him low enough to where Calyrex can one-shot, which he is. I'm at that range now. He has leftovers, so it could be leftovers Roost, and he could Dragon Dance again. Yeah, it's exactly what I expected. So now the combination of Rocky Helmet plus Bold Strike, yeah. Now he's like, yeah, you shook now. He's gonna double, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter anymore, even if he DDs. Bulk up again. Yeah, go to Calyrex. Veltal comes out. Yep. Eternatus positioning. So nothing too crazy as far as the plays, right? Pretty like typical decision making, all that stuff. And the conditions I think I need are starting to get met. I just have to play my cards well. So Meteor Beam comes out, to be expected. Question is just what his other move is. So a Morning Sun first. Oh, it is Flamethrower. I wasn't certain. So I'll have to... It's tough because I'm not certain what... Like my Zekrom's a huge issue, but I'm not certain what his Calyrex is. I guess it might not matter. Like, so I might end up defogging and then just... What am I going to set up on is the question. I set up on Necrozma, I suppose. So yeah, I could trick the Veltal, but I actually don't want it tricked because his Zekrom is still looming. So I'm gonna put a lot of pressure now because he's like, okay, well, shit, you know, are you gonna just bolt strike me hard? Are you gonna predict me to foul play? It'd be super risky to give me your Veltal here. Like if you let me bolt strike your Veltal, you're done. Yeah, you never let me bolt strike there. Thing is, I have Roost. That's what makes this so interesting. The Calyrex is faster than me, but I have Roost. Come on, dude. It might not matter depending on how much Vel takes. I mean, how much Eternatus takes. Do a lot. Woo! That's damage. Come on, Zekrom. Sweep this fool. Come on, Zex. This one in particular matters a lot. I couldn't miss that one because I only have 2 of these left. This one matters a lot. Sucker, please hit. Zex is a motherfucking king. This one matters a lot. Like, he could counter sweep me right here. Zex, come through. Come through, Zex. GG. Oh, man. So we had to position well there because, you know, I knew the Zek was a win con, but he was playing, how do I word this? Like, on the surface, it looks like, oh, jam, he's just doubling around and he got you in the back and all that stuff. I knew nothing had happened to where I didn't think I could win. So Veltal, as long as I was still alive, as long as Calyrex was still Choice Scarfed and heavy, and then I knew Zekrom. As long as I didn't let his get out of control, as long as I didn't let his Eternatus get out of control, then I knew I always had in the back the potential of my Zekrom. It just came down to ultimately whether or not the Calyrex was Scarf, and it was. Then the reason that mattered is because I knew the Necrozma set, so he couldn't touch my Zekrom, and I have Roost. So if I had just substitute or something like that where I couldn't recover my health, then I'd be wary of his Calyrex, so he could just then go to Necrozma. But if he goes to Necrozma, now that I know he only has Sunsteel Strike and he's bulky, all I'd need to do is DD again, so I'll speed even Choice Scarf Calyrex, I'm pretty sure, and then I'd sweep him. You have no like out because I just Dragon Claw everything at that point. I think his only Dragon Claw resist was that Necrozma. So like very, very fortunate not to miss a Bolt Strike. Very, very fortunate not to miss a Bolt Strike. But that's where not healing the Eternatus and all that stuff came into play. So yeah, we'll find one last one. So the Uber ladder is dead as fuck because I got the same guy again. But you know, good luck once again. So it should be even more interesting because he knew my team. He knows my team and he know what he did incorrectly last time. So I don't remember anything about his last team. He had a Veltal, I think. Yes, because I remember it came down to some stuff. So screen stuff, all that fun stuff. We're gonna Calyrex right off jump. I feel like this is gonna be like Sash, Thunderwave, Barrage, Knockoff, whatever. And I'm about to get wrecked. I'm all for it. Let's see how I end up getting knocked off. Spikes, okay. I don't think that was a worth it trade for my opponents, if I'm being quite honest. Grim Snarl. So at this point, I mean, what's your offensive leverage? Like, I mean, maybe the Eternatus. It could be the same Eternatus as last time. He doesn't have a Calyrex. My Veltal is damn good. So what I'll do is, I'm trying to bait out the taunt here. I know he has it. Doesn't? He only has light screen up. You know, Groudon would punish heavily, depending on what kind of Dawn it is. I'm forcing to Vel. Interesting. So we defog here. Meteor Beam's coming out. No surprise there. But I didn't think he'd just use his Meteor Beam like that. Flamethrower. Flamethrower is gonna be stab anyway. So my Veltal, I want to keep it. Necrozma. Yeah, I'll just go Calyrex and do what we do. So he does have Flamethrower. That's why I didn't want to go Necrozma. So a trick here, I will either catch. I didn't expect to catch Grimmsnarl, but depending on what he has to be very careful. If he does not, if he goes for something that is, let's say, screens here. Let me think about this. What if he screens and then nah. If he has Spirit Break. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to Eternatus here. The reason is, no matter what screen, let's say he, I figured he'd attack. I wasn't sure if he had one, but I figured that would come out there. So Eternatus can no longer Meteor Beam. Groudon doesn't feel comfortable coming in. Necrozma Duskmane, you know, does what it does. So I'm guessing he learned from last time about not just allowing me to destroy his Zekrom. I mean his Groudon. Maybe. I'm not certain. Groudon Eternatus. So I'll just Flamethrower here. So it is weakness policy, and that was something that crossed my mind. It was something that crossed my mind. I don't want. Thinking, am I hanging on to Veltal a little too much? I mean, he showed Stone Edge on the ground last time, but it wasn't a booster. So Veltal 1v1s that. So I think he'd be in his best interest not to allow me to. Well, his Veltal loses to my Eternatus potentially could beat everything on his team. Man, this is a tough spot. My Necrozma is my least useful. So it's Trick Room. I did not expect Trick Room. So part of me does wish I went for the Flamethrower again. Because I don't have Sucker Punch. It's not the end of the world. Actually, this was a misplay even. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have. Okay. You probably expected Buzzwole then. So we'll go Zex, then go to Buzzwole. This is a tough one. It's a tough one. I should have rocks there. And at least punish the Veltal, possibly. Sunsteel Strike there, which was a good Sunsteel Strike. It was a good Sunsteel Strike there. my Buzzwole beats his. So we'll Roosty on the odd chance he gets fully paired. Just like the last game, I don't think I've lost or anything. I just have to be careful, right? Calyrex. So real Calyrex here in Barrage. Calyrex here in Barrage. Because I didn't set rocks up, I could have tricked his Yveltal to Light Clay and took the heavy duty boots and then just overwhelmed him like that. But because of my own misplay. But as I said, my Eternatus is solid enough. Wow. Oh, that is some cool shit. Which means my Calyrex might be able to prevail. Let's see what he does. Knock. Sky attack. Yeah, I'm done for. Oh, I didn't die. It's actually a very big deal I didn't die there. It's gonna matter a lot. Sky attack. Wow, that's cool. One would assume Sucker Punch is your other move. But you never sucker here. Maybe you would. Oh, he doesn't. I saw my Dynamax Cannon was my play there. Because I couldn't have let him knock, which he managed to do. So I might have just lost. Nah. I'll Bolt Strike. Yeah. So now Calyrex may be able to win. Like it's super close. The thing is his thing is scarfed. I'd need a crit. So I should have Dynamax Cannon his should have Dynamax Cannon. If I crit here, I win. So it goes hard, Grimmsnarl. Which means Grimmsnarl was a risky play there. If I went for Astro Barrage, I'm pretty sure I 2-hit KO'd, so you'd have to predict. Well, no, I guess you could just go to. Have to hope he misses play rough. Doesn't though. Good game. So yeah. What do I regret? I mean, I guess the. Not attack. No, there are just too many variables there. Because he could have not been Trick. If he was Dragon Dance, Necrozma, Trick Room, it didn't scream Trick Room on a team like that. So Dragon Dance, Necrozma, I would have gone the same route. Trick Room, I would have attacked because then it wouldn't have gotten half the kills it got. I could have just went hard Buzzwole. The Sky Attack, him surprising me with Sky Attack really fucked me up. So I mean, obviously it has the edge there because you know I have the same team. But I'm trying to think, when did that game go out of control? I think Sky Attack was the biggest moment because if we recall, we were setting it up for the Eternatus end game. Because it would have beaten a Foul Play Yveltal, it would have beaten Grimmsnarl, it would have beaten his Yveltal. I mean, at least Eternatus didn't take damage, so maybe it wouldn't have beaten that. I don't know why I thought it was low, thinking of the other game. But yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. I had a blast, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.